You can see the cleanup going on behind us. It's in full swing. And, you know, Sim Gill said he wasn't planning on coming out and speaking to the media today, but he did want to see the damage for himself. He says this building represents all of us, and he called what happened last night an unlawful and irresponsible disregard for civic dialogue and community collaboration. The DA getting a bird's eye view of the broken windows, painted slurs and derogatory comments, along with posters proclaiming justice for Bernardo that had been slapped all over the outside of the building. Now, Sim Gill says, look, voices on the street, they do matter. But he adds that constructive dialogue is more critical to making any kind of positive changes. He says the decision to not charge the officers in the Palacio shooting was based on an extensive analysis of all the evidence available, and it was done according to the law.
What we do sometimes, and what we are called to do, is to find the uncomfortable truth. And we recognize that it will not be pleasing to everyone, but we will not shy away from our moral and ethical duty. We truly believe those who acted out violently last night do not speak the hearts and minds of so many in our community who have worked too hard for too long to have their causes be overshadowed by regressive measures of so few.
A handful of folks were arrested by Salt Lake police in the aftermath of all of this, and one of the Salt Lake officers was actually injured and had to be hospitalized for trying to disperse that crowd. Sim Gill, however, he says he remained adamant that the negative actions of a few will not deter him and others who are continuing to try and make positive changes for the community. Now, back to the cleanup. How much is it going to cost? Who's going to foot the bill? That is TBD, to be determined. You see, this building here, it's a county-owned building. It sits on a state street in the middle of Salt Lake City. So, you know, the main concern today was getting it cleaned up. Once they tally up all that tab likely going to be split between those three entities, but ultimately, we're paying the bill. It's going to be our tax dollars that are going to be at work to pay for cleaning up this mess. In Salt Lake City, Scott McCain, Fox 13 News, Utah.